A pig's head thrown onto the pitch at one of the greatest players alive. 98,000 people screaming one word, Judas, banners, burning shirts. A man covering his ears as a whole stadium howls for his blood. His crime? He changed sides for a world record price. They called him a traitor, a mercenary, the most hated man in football. But hold on to one question, the one that matters. Was he a traitor or the smartest man in the game? Remember it, because the answer isn't what you'd think. This is the story of Luís Figo. To understand the hatred, you first have to understand the love. Because before he was the villain, Luís Figo was a god. He arrived at Barcelona in 1995, a Portuguese winger with magic in his feet, and within a few years, he became the heartbeat of the entire club. When Barcelona needed something special, the whole stadium thought the same thing. Give the ball to Luís, he'll make it happen. He was the talisman, the symbol, the face of one of the biggest clubs on earth. 100,000 people sang his name. For 5 glorious years, Figo wasn't just a player at Barcelona. He was Barcelona, which is exactly what made what came next so unforgivable. And the love ran both ways. Figo kissed the badge. He celebrated with the fans. He told them again and again that this was home, that he would never leave, that his heart belonged to Barcelona, and they believed him. Why wouldn't they? Together, they won everything within reach. 2 league titles, 2 domestic cups, a European trophy. Glory, year after year, with Figo at the heart of it. Only one prize escaped them, the Champions League, the biggest of them all. But the fans didn't care what was missing. They had their idol, their leader, their number 7. They thought he was theirs forever. They were about to find out how wrong they were. Meanwhile, 90 minutes away in Madrid, a plan was forming. A plan so audacious, it sounded insane. His name was Florentino Perez, a construction billionaire running to become president of Real Madrid, Barcelona's bitterest enemy. He was the underdog. Few thought he could win. So he needed something explosive, a promise no one could ignore, and he found it. He would steal Barcelona's idol. He would bring Luís Figo, the symbol of the enemy, to the other side. In secret, his people reached Figo's agent, and they made an offer. Figo would take a payment, over €1 million, just to sign a pre-contract. If Perez won the election, Figo would join Madrid. And if Figo then refused to go, he'd owe a crippling penalty, a fortune. Figo signed. He thought it was a bet that would never come due. He was wrong. July 17th, 2000, the election, and against all odds, Florentino Perez won. Suddenly, the impossible was real. The pre-contract was no longer a gamble, it was a chain. Figo has always insisted he didn't truly want to leave, that he felt trapped, underappreciated by Barcelona's board. But the trap had snapped shut. Within a week, Real Madrid paid the clause written into his contract. A world record, €62 million, the most ever paid for a footballer. And Luís Figo, the heart of Barcelona, pulled on the pure white shirt of Real Madrid. The city went into shock, then into fury. They burned his pictures. They tore the name Figo from their own shirts. The idol was dead. In his place, a traitor. And they wanted him to pay. October 2000, the match the whole world was waiting for. Figo's return to Barcelona, to the Camp Nou in a Madrid shirt. 98,000 people packed in, and they did not come to forgive. The noise was something nobody had heard before, a wall of pure hatred. Whistles, screams, one word, over and over. Judas, Judas, Judas. Banners everywhere, mercenary, traitor. And then came the rain. Not water, objects, oranges, bottles, lighters, mobile phones, anything they could hurl at the man they once worshipped. Figo stood in the storm and covered his ears. The most loved man in this stadium had become the most hated man in football, and somehow it was about to get even worse. November 2002, another return, and this time, Figo did something defiant. He walked over to take the corners himself, right into the corner where the hatred burned hottest. It was like lighting a fuse. Every time he stepped near that flag, the sky filled with objects. Beer cans, lighters, bottles, even golf balls, raining down on him. And then, the moment that would live forever. From the crowd, something flew onto the pitch and landed by the corner flag. A pig's head. The world stopped. The referee had no choice. He suspended the match. For nearly 20 minutes, the game could not go on. A pig's head on the grass, beside one of the greatest players alive. It became the defining image of football's fiercest rivalry. But here's the twist. No one saw coming. While they burned his shirts, Luís Figo was busy becoming a legend. The same year he left, he won the Ballon d'Or, crowned the best player in the world. The next year, FIFA named him the best on the planet all over again. At Real Madrid, he won the league twice. And in 2002, he lifted the one trophy that had escaped him his entire career, the Champions League. The very thing Barcelona never gave him. And his transfer didn't just change a club, it detonated a revolution. Figo was the first Galactico. After him came Zidane, Ronaldo, Beckham. The most glamorous team ever assembled, built on the deal that made him a villain. Figo lost the battle for Barcelona's love, but he won the war. So, remember the question from the very start. Was Luís Figo a traitor? Or the smartest man in football, a man who betrayed the fans who loved him, or a man who refused to be trapped, chased greatness, and won everything they said he couldn't? Maybe loyalty is everything. Maybe ambition is too. Maybe the line between hero and villain is thinner than we want to admit. More than 25 years on, the world still can't agree. So you tell me, traitor or genius? Drop your verdict in the comments. This is Behind the Empire, where we tell the stories behind the moments that move us. Subscribe and decide for yourself.